The River, 105 and 103.5. DC Taylor here. We're remembering the life of Eddie Van Halen, who passed away today at the age of 65. And there's a guy I go to. He's kind of my go-to every now and then because he's hung out with a lot of these people, a lot of these rock and rollers. Alan K. Stout, the host of Music on the Menu, Sunday nights, 9 o'clock here on The River. Alan, thank you for coming on the air with us today.
Well, thanks for asking me to come on, DC. I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, we've done this a few times over the last couple of years, whether it be Glenn Frey or David Bowie, Tom Petty, Prince. But Eddie Van Halen, for a lot of guys and my age, your age, this is just a guy we literally grew up idolizing and marveling at.
Oh, yeah.
Marveling at, really, just with the way he played the guitar. Guitar king, guitar hero. I've always called him King Edward.
Yeah.
Some other people have as well. I just the way he, there was this whole, Southern California thing going on there in the mid to late '70s. Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads, where they were just playing in a way that really no one had ever done before. Faster and the tapping and little wang bar here and there, and just really when that first Van Halen album dropped in 1978, and everybody heard Eruption for the first time, the game had changed, instantaneously changed for hard rock guitar players. Anyway, obviously some types of music weren't affected by it, but if you were playing hard rock music at that time, metal music, the game had changed instantaneously. Who is this guy?
Yeah. When was the last time you talked to Eddie?
I interviewed Eddie twice. Once was in '95 when they did the Balance record. Was the last record they did with Sammy Hagar. Mm-hmm. And then I talked to him again in '98 when they did the Van Halen 3 record with Gary Cherone.
Right.
And both of those tours came to Montage Mountain, the old ski resort, not the one that's up there now with the big tent, but the old one that was at the ski lodge. And Eddie was fantastic to interview. I mean, I've got them up on YouTube. I've posted them from time to time over the years. Maybe I'll post later tonight or tomorrow so people could check it out. But just really a fascinating guy to talk to, and funny and easy, and laughing, and thinking about it a lot here. One of the things I remember about the interview with Eddie was I talked to him about Eruption, and I guess maybe I have to listen to it again, but I think I may have asked him, did you know when you recorded this that you really had something? And he said, no, it's true stories. I was just screwing around in the studio between, songs. Just noodling around on guitar. And Tim Templeman, who was the producer, did all the early Van Halen records, said, what was that? I was just screwing around. We got to put that on. Can you do that again?
Eruption, that masterpiece of music. That was just a guy with a guitar. He's just screwing around in between takes.
Yeah. I mean, we're putting that on the album. That was with Templeman, and so that's that was how it all started. And all of a sudden, every band in the '80s was looking to have the guitar player had to play like Eddie.
Yep.
A hard rock band. Just to really, just an important figure. I've said, you hear these things about guitar players too sometimes. Oh, this guy inspired me to pick up good guitar. This guy inspired me to pick up good guitar. And you could pencil in any name you want. I think Eddie Van Halen probably inspired just as many kids to put it back down. Because they're like, I can't do this. I mean, I think I actually told him that once in one of the interviews. I said to him, he kind of chuckled. It was just a bad day for rock and roll today. I mean, this one hurts.
When was the last time you went to see Van Halen, to see them play?
I saw them, I'm lucky, DC. I saw them at every incarnation. I saw them with Roth originally in '84, and then I saw them with Sammy a couple times, which I really loved. Saw them with Gary. And then about 5 years ago, they came up to Bethel Woods, and we went up to the show, a few friends of mine. And I remember me calling my buddies up and saying, I didn't say let's go see Van Halen. I said, let's go see Eddie. I mean, we hadn't seen Van Halen in quite a few years. And I said, I just want to go see Eddie Van Halen play the guitar. And that's really what I did. I mean, Dave is Dave. It's hit or miss with Dave. Mm-hmm. He could be on some nights or off, but Eddie was always on. And it was really a beautiful night. It was right around Labor Day, 2015. I'm sure a lot of people from the area here remember the show because it was a great crowd. And we went up to that show just to go see Eddie Van Halen play the guitar. And it was the last tour. So, cherishing that memory tonight with a lot of people that went up there that night. That was the closest the show came to Northeast PA.
Wow.
Good tour.
There you go. We're remembering the late, great Eddie Van Halen. Passed away today at the age of 65. Alan Stout, the host of Music on the Menu, Sunday nights, 9 o'clock here on the River. Alan, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts.
Yeah, DC. I mean, everybody, I'm telling a couple of stories here, but everybody had them. I mean, you had the Eddie Van Halen poster in your bedroom. I had the little VH necklace that Eddie used to wear because, I saw him in a magazine cover, and I had to have it when I was 15 or 16 years old. And my mom bought it for me for Christmas one year, and I actually wore that up to that concert at Bethel Woods a couple of years ago. I mean, this is a musician that a whole generation of people. I'm talking, from my perspective, but everybody has that sentiment about. And if you're listening to the Fair Warning record or the first record or the records they did with Sammy or 1984, and you see Eddie, in that Jump video, playing up to the camera a little bit, that, big smile of his, I mean, he's just a face of music for our entire generation. And,
he was just having some fun there. You can tell. You can tell he's having fun.
Absolutely. So, sending out our thoughts and prayers to Wolfgang and his family and Alex, his brother, and the whole rock and roll community tonight. This is a tough one.
That's the River, 105 and 103.5.